When you think of hearing aids, what comes to mind? Probably some bulky, expensive gadget that's just for your grandparents, right? But what if I told you that this one idea is stopping millions from rediscovering a world of sound that they thought they'd lost? In the United States alone, about 15% of adults report some trouble with their hearing, but a staggering number of them, especially those under 70 years old, don't seek help. Hi, I'm Dr. Layne Garrett, founder of Timpanogos Hearing Tinnitus, and today I'm going to expose the most common myths about hearing aids and show you some technology you have to see to believe. Let's get into it. Myth number one, hearing aids are only for the elderly. First up, this is the biggest myth of them all, that hearing aids are just a sign of getting old. Think again. The truth is, hearing loss can happen to anyone at any age, from kids and teenagers to young and middle-aged adults. It isn't just about aging. It can be triggered by your genetics, an illness, some medications, or most commonly, just being around too much loud noise. In fact, men are almost twice as likely as women to have hearing loss in the ages between 20 and 69. Believing this myth is so dangerous because it makes people wait way too long before they get help. And getting help early matters. When hearing loss goes untreated, the brain gets less auditory information. This is a big deal because it leads to something called cognitive overload in your brain. Your brain just has to work much harder to interpret the limited sound that it's receiving, which can lead to mental exhaustion. And it diverts precious mental resources away from other crucial functions like memory and concentration. And over time, this constant strain can lead to measurable changes in brain structure. Studies from Johns Hopkins University have shown that adults with untreated hearing loss can experience a cognitive decline 30 to 40% faster than their peers with normal hearing. So this is way more about just your ears. It's about your long-term brain health. Myth number two, hearing aids are big, bulky, and unattractive. All right, let's tackle this image problem. You're probably picturing your grandpa's clunky, whistling old beige banana hearing aids. Those are ancient history. Today's hearing devices are sleek, tiny, and in some cases, completely invisible. The designs have evolved dramatically. There are two main categories, styles that fit behind the ear and styles that go inside the ear. The most popular style today is the receiver in the canal, which has a tiny case that sits behind the ear and a nearly invisible wire that places the speaker directly into the ear canal. Then there are the custom fit in the ear models. These range from in the ear devices that fill up the whole outer bowl of your ear to completely in the canal, which is even smaller. For ultimate discretion, there are even invisible in the canal models which sit so deep in the ear that they are practically unnoticeable. Hearing devices now come in a variety of colors to match your skin and hair tones, but some come in bold and stylish designs like chrome or leopard print for those who want to make a statement. The stigma of wearing hearing devices is disappearing as more and more people embrace this life-changing technology. Now, before I go on to the next myth, please take a moment to like this video. It helps get real, science-based information about hearing and tinnitus care to people who really need the help. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel with the notification bell checked so you never miss any of the new videos we produce weekly. All right, myth number three, hearing aids are too expensive. This is a big one, and it's a real concern for a lot of people. But the idea that hearing aids are totally out of reach is another myth we need to bust. The reality is there's a huge range of options out there with different levels of technology at different price points. It's helpful to think of hearing aids as an investment in your overall well-being. Untreated hearing loss isn't just an inconvenience. It strains relationships because of constant misunderstandings, it leads to social isolation, and even increases the risk of depression and anxiety. It can also become a safety issue, as hearing is crucial for spatial awareness and detecting hazards like alarms and approaching vehicles. When you start to think about the cost of missing out on conversations, your confidence in your safety, and the activities you love, the investment in better hearing starts to make a lot more sense. Myth number four, hearing aids just make everything louder. If you think a hearing aid is just a simple amplifier, you're missing out on the incredible technology packed into these tiny little things. Modern hearing aids don't just crank up volume around the world, they make sound smarter. They use artificial intelligence, and some even leverage deep neural networks that have been trained on millions of real-world sound samples to analyze your environment in a way that mimics how the brain processes sound. These AI systems can instantly tell the difference between someone talking and the annoying background clatter. And it automatically enhances that speech that you want to hear while suppressing the noise that you don't. It's a world away from old hearing amplifiers that just made everything, including the noise, louder. Many hearing devices now have Bluetooth LE audio, a new standard that uses less power for more stable, high-quality streaming of phone calls and music straight to your hearing aids. Plus, a groundbreaking new feature called Auracast will soon let you tap into public audio broadcasts at places like airports, gyms, and theaters. Imagine hearing the gate announcement or the TV audio streamed directly and clearly into your hearing aids. These aren't just amplifiers, they're personalized supercomputers for your ears. Myth number 5, hearing aids won't restore my hearing to normal. Now this myth is a little tricky because it's partially true. A hearing aid won't cure hearing loss or give you back the perfect hearing you had before there was any hearing damage. There's just no substitute for a healthy pair of ears. But the myth is thinking that they're not worth it because they aren't a perfect fix. That's like saying glasses are useless because they don't permanently correct my vision. The real journey to better hearing involves a process called aural rehabilitation, which is like physical therapy for your brain. When you had a hearing loss for a while, your brain starts to forget how to process certain sounds and it needs time to readapt. Aural rehabilitation, guided by a hearing care professional, uses exercises to help you retrain your brain to interpret the new, richer sound information from your hearing devices. It can take a couple of weeks, but with consistent use and patience, your brain adapts. Hearing aids can absolutely change your life by dramatically improving how well you understand speech, follow conversations, and just enjoy the sounds of the world again. They are a massive upgrade to your quality of life. The goal isn't perfect hearing, the goal is better hearing and a rich, connected life with friends and family. So many of the old ideas about hearing health are just that, old. Now we've busted some of the biggest myths and talked about the incredible technology available now. I'd love to know what other questions or concerns you have. Have any of these myths held you back from getting hearing help? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you'd like a deeper dive into this, feel free to hit up our website or get a free copy of my book, Hear Us Out. I'll leave links in the description below. So let's break everything down one last time. Hearing aids are not just for the elderly. Hearing loss affects people of all ages. They're discreet, high-tech devices and not the clunky old gadgets from the past, with styles so small they're nearly invisible, and they are more affordable and accessible than ever before. And lastly, they do so much more than just make things louder. They use artificial intelligence to make sounds clearer and smarter, giving your brain the information it needs. Please, don't let these old myths hold you back anymore from a world full of sound and connection with your friends and family. Taking that first step to getting your hearing checked is a real investment in yourself and in your connection to everything and everyone around you. Thanks for watching.